supposedly 6 is a portal. You ever notice that astrologers, anytime there's like a date, 11/11, 12/12, it's a portal. A portal to what beats me? I'm just glad I made it through another day. I shared this channel with my friend, my former co-worker. I think it takes a big deal for me to share this with actual people that interact with me day to day, because they see another side to me. Yeah. But I shared with him because he understands it. He gets it. It's a great outlet. For me, it's been a wonderful outlet. I go back and forth between what should I leave up, what should I let live on, what should I put down. But it's also a practice in real life. In real life, I think when I reflect back to these more, I think it's been a year, more than it's been 2 years. 2 years. I've had a full circle moment when I left my last full-time job 2 years ago. I found it funny that I went from finance back to the wireless industry to this company that I worked for before I went to the finance company, and I had a full circle moment. Where I'm back, but it's different, and it reminds me of when I met an ENFJ several years ago before I left the company. A man deep. He made my hair sizzle. Oh, it was crazy. I never felt my hair sizzle till I met Men Deep. I don't know if he still knows about me or thinks about me, but we lost touch. I'm always forever grateful for him. Dealing with, like, just feeling bad energy that they're afraid to hurt that person.
Well, there's two things. Mm-hmm. There's one that mentally you feel something, which are emotions. And first you have to distinguish between that and the energy. So either you're thinking it, or either this is something you're feeling. So that is the first step to do anything. You have to really figure out, are you thinking or are you feeling? And of course they're related.
And some people think they're the same.
Yeah, it could be same and some, but I feel like they're related. They're related because, but it doesn't have to be related. Sometimes you can just feel, and then start thinking about it. Like pain, or you cut your finger or something, you can feel it first and then think about it. So you have to really sit down and think about what it is. That's when the morning practices come into picture. That's what I do, whatever's there, that's when meditation and things help, because you kind of go within and first of all, be at ease, blank your mind, and if you can't, let these thoughts come, acknowledge and figure out, and in silence and peace, you get the answers that you need, and that's when you can really decide, what is this? What is it? You can't do it, but if your mind's constantly running, you're thinking about it, that's not going to give you the answers. Answers come from within, from your deep self in peace.
Right, and I always think things happen for you. It's not something to run away from.
Yeah, so but when you're in peace, you can really decide which is it mental, or is it something you feel? And if you feel something, energy, then you work on that. Like,
Well, the
for
thing
example,
is, I'm not responsible for anybody's feelings, but
for yours,
mine.
yeah, for
Right.
yours.
So
if
that's
you,
where I had to disentangle myself
so if you
in
feel,
that.
So if you
right.
feel something,
Right.
right? If you're feeling something, then you work on protecting yourself, protecting that energy that you feel like is affecting you. Do you get what I'm saying?
How do I protect myself?
Give me an example of what you were feeling.
I used to feel tornadoes in her mind. I used to feel them, but I knew that they weren't mine.
But then,
I used to feel like I had to fix and solve for all her problems.
were you thinking that, or were you feeling that?
I was feeling that.
Feeling that where? What part?
Like I
physically feeling
in
that
my
where?
head. In my
your
head.
head. Okay. So if you feel
But
that,
as soon as I started mentally detaching, like this is not mine, it's not mine, it started going away.
what part of your mind were you feeling that?
Right here.
Okay. So your third eye.
My third eye.
So right off the bat, you know, okay, you're feeling something on your third eye. That's your intuition, right? So that means you have to protect your third eye, right? That there's an imbalance there, or it could be imbalance in your some other chakra. For example, you're feeling that, but say if you weren't, but then you weren't feeling fear or something that you're feeling. Maybe you were suppressing something you want to say that you're not saying.
You're right. I was.
When you do that, that means your throat chakra is off balance. You have blockages there in your throat chakra.
Well, I wouldn't want to say anything to not make the situation worse.
Right, but that means sometimes it's not. But then it's nothing that you have to protect yourself. That means you have to get the flow going right in your chakras. You have to get the flow of energy flow going, because when you have a blockage, that means you have blockage in your throat chakra. If you can't verbalize, that means this is something you have to work on your throat. So either you speak up, but if you can't, then you use other techniques, whether it's crystals or sound therapy, sound vibrations and things like that. But for crystals, for example, you can wear a turquoise for your throat, or you wear like a Cavansite, which is also for throat and your third eye. It works. It's an amazing psychic stone and really helps you with clarity on some other level. But you can do things like that. It depends where you feel it. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, you have to really analyze, are you thinking, are you feeling, and where are you feeling? Because feelings are physical, and it's okay for you to feel that way. And it could be very slight. It's not going to be like a heavy thing, but it can become heavy if it's not worked on. It can become a burden on yourself. Sometimes when we are going through our day, you know, I usually suggest this to everybody. At the end of the day, you have to physically do a quick rundown on your day, and just be mindful of, hey, what
am I still carrying from the day?
What do I want to continue, take with me, and what do I want to let go?
I remember that.
Remember that? I think I mentioned that before.
You did?
Right? So when you really let go of all the things that you don't want, you can totally not wake up with that next day.
You're right.
But if you're gonna wake up with that next day, the next day you're gonna add more pile up, and it's gonna become a burden. And what happens with that energy? That's when it gets physical. After a long time, that becomes physical pain. A lot of people go through aches and pains, and they don't understand where these aches and pains are coming from. That's blocked energy.